This is Austin Thompson with Thompson Management Consulting, and we are here with another On Location Spotlight Entrepreneurship feature. I'm here with Nashlee Young of Atlanta Tech Park, and this is an amazing facility, and we will be doing a tour of the building, and you will get to see all that we have here at Atlanta Tech Park. But I am here today. I'm actually sitting here as a visitor for the day, working, just getting a feel and you know what it's like to be at Atlanta Tech Park in this technology environment. And Nashlee is going to tell us all about this facility, this amazing space. If you are an entrepreneur and a small business owner, if you're looking for a space to work out of, I definitely recommend Atlanta Tech Park. Nashlee, how are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much.
I'm so glad you were able to come out today.
Yeah, I'm glad. You know, I met you on the Metropolitan Atlanta Business Association meeting, and we scheduled this appointment for me to come out, you know, to visit with you and to see what this facility was all about. And it's jaw-dropping. I'm like in total awe.
Awesome.
Because I did, you know, I have a tour coming up, but I took a walk around, right, as you know, I was here this morning, and I was just amazed. But now we're going to have you to tell us a little bit about, or a lot about this space, because I know there are folks out there who are looking for a space like this, right, to get out of their home, right? Yes. You know, it's great working from home, but you don't have access to all the resources and the environment, and you don't have a community like this, so it's really great. So tell us a little bit about the history and the story behind Atlanta Tech Park. So we want to know about that.
Great. So Robin Bienfait, she is the founder and CEO of Atlanta Tech Park. She actually created the community. She has a long history in technology, dating back all the way originally with AT&T. She was with them for about 23 years. She ended her career there, retired as the Chief Compliance Officer, and then she started working for BlackBerry. So she worked for BlackBerry as their CTO. She was there for about 6 years, retired from BlackBerry, and then went to work for Samsung as their CEIO, so Chief Enterprise Innovation Officer. And so she had to go back and forth to Korea. So she did that for about 3 years and decided she can't do the flights anymore. That's a long trip. That's a commute. Right? So she decided what she wanted to do, and they asked her, well, what do you want to do? And she goes, I want to coach and advise entrepreneurs in Georgia to grow and expand and stay in Georgia. And Samsung's like, great, we'll be your first customer. So she still advises and coaches Samsung as well. And one of the things that she wanted to do is create, she's like, okay, I'm coaching and advising companies and entrepreneurs, now I need a place to do it. So she had acquired this building in March of 2017. We had to do a lot of construction, a lot of renovation, and open it up because, as everybody knows, technologists are always on their computer and not exposed to a lot of outdoor sunlight. So we did a lot with raising the ceilings and opening it up and putting in windows and letting people, and having outside areas as well so that people could have light, natural light, and be able to still see outside while they're on their computers. So we officially opened January of 2018. Started just having events and letting people experience the space. And now here we are, almost 4 years later.
4 years,
we have almost 90 companies as part of the park, whether they are a member here or an office or a virtual member. So we have virtual memberships that allow them to access the community as well as some coaching and advising from Robin or myself. And they don't have to live in Georgia.
Great. Oh, wow, that's great.
So we have people that have virtual memberships in Mexico, Boston, New York, New Jersey, Minnesota, all over the world, in the UK. So what they do is they'll actually get a virtual membership and they'll do coaching sessions once a quarter. If it's around technology or looking at their pitch deck or anything like that, Robin will generally talk to them. My background's accounting, so I've been in IT industry over 22 plus years. either as a CFO or COO in those roles.
Right.
And so I do pricing
Okay.
and modeling and forecasts and projections, and also look at business plans.
Right.
So
Okay.
we both kind of tag team the entrepreneurs and working with them, just depending on what their need is.
Right.
So we really customize the approach because everybody's at a different stage.
Exactly.
Everybody has a different need, and
Right.
we don't want to cookie cutter anybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And you're looking at different phases of the life cycle. The business life cycle. You're looking
Yes.
at early on entry into small business, into business activity, and then you're looking at startup, and you're looking at growth, you're looking at expansion, and wherever someone or a company is in that phase of the life cycle, you're tailoring, you're customizing your services to really help them.
yes.
Yeah.
And because we're considered a global accelerator,
Right.
one of the things that Robin does very specific is she brings enterprise companies here to meet with entrepreneurs.
Right.
So it really gives the entrepreneurs kind of a spotlight to be able to showcase what they've got or what they've developed in front of enterprise businesses.
Exactly.
So she holds CIO and CISO roundtables every 6 months. She does an unplugged event every year, and just really tries to highlight and sponsor and spotlight an entrepreneur.
Right.
We do networking events every month.
Okay.
From the park perspective.
Okay.
We have our ping pong tournament next week.
Okay.
So we try to pull everybody out of their office and off their desks so that they have to look up and collaborate
Yes.
with other people
Yes.
in a fun way.
Right.
So we do, like November, we had a potluck. Everybody came out and got to celebrate. And next week we have our annual ping pong tournament, which everybody loves.
Okay, great.
And we'll have barbecue and ping pong.
Great.
We do brackets and everything. It gets very competitive.
Yeah.
I don't play competitively. So. But then every month we do a wine Wednesday, the last Wednesday of every month. In the summer, instead of doing something in the evening, we try to do a cookout on the patio. This past summer, we actually had our VEV vehicle charging partner come out and bring electric vehicles for everybody to test drive.
Wow.
Which was a lot of fun.
Wow.
So
That's
we just
really
try
great.
to make the environment fun.
Yeah.
And everybody just seems to love to work here.
Yeah,
So.
and it's an infusion of fun and work, seriousness and fun. It's a wonderful combination because you got to have fun and you got to work hard. They say play hard, work hard.
Yeah, we work more than we probably are at home.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's got to be a fun environment.
Exactly.
So.
And what type of clients do you typically look for?
So we really try to focus on technology, but we want it to be broad spectrum. We're not pinpointed in looking at whether it's autonomous vehicles or biotech or health tech or ag tech. It's really everything, from any SaaS solution to a hardware solution. We've got automotive SaaS solutions in here. We've got biotech in here. We have a lot of digital marketing companies in here. We have a lot of we have some aerospace companies in here as well.
That's nice.
So it's a nice broad range.
Yeah.
And a really diverse group,
Right.
which we really love because we're all about inclusion.
Right.
So we're all about connecting outward in
Exactly.
to let the people that are a member of the park
Right.
or have an office at the park really bring them exposure here.
Right.
Where they're not having to go and drive somewhere and waste their time.
Yes.
It just lets them literally step out of their workspace and come and enjoy the event.
Right. Great.
And we try to bring different speakers and series and workshops, lunch and learns, and
Excellent.
try to help educate to what they need. So they get to sit on what they want. It's always around food.
Right.
We always try to feed everybody.
So work, fun, and eat food, all of that is all part of the culture here.
My New Year's resolution every year is for everybody at the park to gain 20 pounds. So I'm always feeding them. I bring donuts and bagels on Fridays, and we have a soda and fountain machine out in the big cafe. We always have snacks out and coffee out.
Right.
So we try to make it turnkey. So when somebody does come, all they have to bring is a laptop.
Yeah, that's great.
The equipment's here, the furniture's here, soda, snacks, coffe's here.
Excellent.
We're sitting in the podcast room, which is plug and play. You just plug your laptop to the mixer and there's a monitor.
Wow.
So it really helps people, especially entrepreneurs, when they don't have a lot of capital, that they can come in with their laptop and get to work.
Exactly. Exactly.
So one of the other legs that Robin does, so Robin is part of Valor Ventures. She's also an angel investor herself as well.
Okay.
So one of the things that we try to do is when the entrepreneurs are actually looking for funding, is we'll review their pitch deck and then we'll try to get them in front of funders.
Review their business plan and so on and so forth.
Yes.
Great.
So we're doing a pitch session in January with SIM Atlanta, and around women entrepreneurs.
Oh, wow.
So we have 6 or 7 female entrepreneurs pitching to different investors and the community. So it'll be a lot of fun. Well,
great, because I'm sort of connected with the Women's Chamber.
Oh, wonderful.
And just this past Saturday, I was an invited speaker on the Jamaican Chamber of Commerce International Women's Summit.
Nice.
So that chamber is doing a lot with their women entrepreneurs, and of course the Women's Chamber is doing a lot, for women in business, here in Georgia.
Yes.
So that's great.
Yes.
So you've been around 4 years. What was your most challenging point outside of COVID? I know COVID was challenging for a lot of folks, but in starting this tech park and the concept you had and all of the things you wanted to have in it to really draw those entrepreneurs. What was like, just give me one challenge you had in getting this thing to where you wanted it to be?
Probably people coming out.
Coming out.
Really?
Yeah.
We looked at, it was a COVID year, and, where we started, 2020 started really strong.
Yeah.
January and February were probably our biggest months. So we really saw the trajectory of where we wanted to go happening in the early 2020.
Right.
March, when COVID hit and everybody decided to go home, it was just quiet. So we actually changed a few things because we also provide mail service. So entrepreneurs that maybe they can't afford a membership yet, but they need a physical address. We actually provide a physical address.
Excellent.
It's $25 a month.
Right.
But we added to that service during COVID is now you get an email that says you have mail.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah.
So you've got mail. So you're not coming and checking every day.
Right.
And one of the other things we did is if they were worried about coming in to get their mail, we actually package it up and send it to them.
Send it to them. Right. Wow.
So we actually created mail as a service.
Right.
And catered to the people that weren't coming in.
Yeah.
We did have 5 or 6 companies that were considered essential that were still coming in.
Right.
So the owner and I would come in and trade off. The other staff stayed home.
Right.
So we actually used that time to paint walls and
right?
fix up some more. So, yes, literally.
Yeah. No, a lot of businesses did that. When you had that downtime because there wasn't just any volume of work, it was a great time. And especially if you could get funding to help you and help with your operations, a lot of businesses were doing upkeep. They were like, okay, well, it's time to now just enhance this space.
Time to clean up.
And time to clean up,
Yes.
So why this tech park? What was it about? Is it because it's a technology-centric business, or why this area?
Okay, so if the founder sees this, she'll be upset with me. But she's only 4 miles away.
Oh, okay.
So it was for her commute.
Yeah.
Now, the other side of it is in Peachtree Corners, this is an innovation park. And I don't know if you've seen everything that's going on. So Peachtree Corners was actually named, and I can't remember which month it was, #1 in technology in the U.S.
Oh, wow.
As far as smart technology or
Okay.
smart cities.
Right.
With the autonomous vehicle
and now this is
lanes.
considering Silicon Valley, Research Triangle Park. Wow.
With innovation. Because we are one of 2 test tracks for autonomous vehicles.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if you saw it when you came in here, you saw the little blue.
Yeah, I saw those, yeah.
Those are the autonomous trolleys.
Ah.
So there's trolleys that go up and down in Peachtree off of Technology Parkway, and they'll drop you. There's Andrew B's brewery across the street. It'll take you to the city hall. It'll take you to the hotels, and it kind of takes you in a nice loop. But it's all autonomously driven. There's also autonomous scooters that you requested on your phone, and it comes to you.
This is great.
Which is really nice.
This is cool.
So they're doing a lot. They're doing solar panels in the road.
Oh, wow.
For electricity. So they've been doing a lot of innovation in the park.
Right.
To kind of get that.
So for the technology novice, this is the place to be.
Yes.
This is the place to be.
Definitely.
Wow. And this is great in Peachtree Corners.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you market? How are you reaching, potential clients, potential tenants for this facility?
So it's kind of, everybody I run into, it's kind of the best kept secret in Gwinnett County. because it's really curated, and it's just like meeting people like yourself, and holding other events, and social media, and it's kind of that whisper campaign, and everybody kind of finds out about it, which is nice.
Yeah. And what's your unique selling point? What is unique about Atlanta Tech Park?
So if I ask people that come in, they say it's the energy.
The energy, okay.
The energy that they get from being here. The other unique business about the park is the owner resides here. She works out of the park, and she'll engage in conversation just over coffee. I manage her calendar, so if people want a meeting with her or they want some advice, they just get with me and get on her calendar. So she is a very engaged owner, and from a technologist perspective, she's not, you see her every once in a while. No, she's here every day.
She's here every day.
And usually engaging with people every day. So she's really focused on growing the community. Yeah,
and it's really good because you get buy-in from those who are here all the time, and they are stakeholders in how this place grow and develop, right? And you get that energy from the folks who are coming here, and they're like, hey, maybe we should consider this or we should consider that, in your next phase as you expand. And we're going to get to that later in the interview, because I definitely want to see where you're growing and how you plan to expand from there. So you talked a lot about the ping pong and all the things you do. You have any holiday events coming up for your tenants?
Well, what we try to do, because a lot of people are gone the last 2 weeks of December, so that's why we do our holiday ping pong tournament, and we do it further out so that we get more participation, because as you get close to the holidays, they're doing things with family, they're doing things with their kids' school, they're doing things at their other companies or their spouse's company parties.
Exactly.
So we try to back it up so that it doesn't interfere with anything, and we do it over lunch, so everybody's got to eat.
Right.
So it doesn't take away from your work day.
That's right.
So we're just trying to be convenient. But just really focusing on growing the community, because one of the things that we've recognized here is the more you're here and participating in the park, the more collaborative experience you get, because you'll run into somebody just over coffee in a very casual conversation, talk about what you do, and you'll find out that they need that service, or they know someone that needs that service, or I've got something that will supplement your service. Let me show you. And we find it's been very fun to watch. A lot of the companies and a lot of the entrepreneurs here cross-collaborating, which has been a lot of fun.
And without naming any particular company, what type of businesses you have here?
Oh my gosh, all types
diverse,
of businesses, very diverse.
Diverse community,
We have cybersecurity, we have ag tech, we have health tech, we have manufacturing, we have fintech. So we really have a lot of diversity. We also host here Tandem Bank, which is one of Georgia's first new banks in 11 years.
Oh, wow.
And they fund entrepreneurs. And we have Southwest Gwinnett Chamber out of this location.
Yes, I met the manager this morning.
Yes. And then we also have Explore Gwinnett.
Okay.
So, and what's neat about having Explore Gwinnett here is they get to meet any company or group moving into Georgia first. So, a lot of times they'll actually bring them here to host some of their events and things like that. So it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, great. So getting back to expansion and growth, what's next? What's the next phase?
I don't know.
Because you're like 4 years in. And I'm sure, like within the 4 years, you're probably like,
Well, we keep getting asked to open one in Marietta.
Okay.
So, because I'm like, they're like, do you have one on the west side? Because I live in Marietta and I would love to come, but it's too far for me. And that's when I tell them do the virtual membership, because even if, not from a space perspective, but from a virtual membership perspective, they can be part of the network, be part of the collaboration, be invited to our networking events. Everybody drives for a networking event. And you get some of the advising and coaching as well. And what's nice about that is then, okay, I can be part of the community, but not have to be in the community.
Exactly.
We've been talking to a group in Savannah, because they're wanting to do a similar, they're wanting to kind of mimic what we're doing there.
Tied to the university there, or just Savannah?
It's going to be, I think it's going to be Savannah Tech Park.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I think part of it's going to be tied to the university, but they're trying to create that same community,
Right.
like having a center like Atlanta Tech Park is here,
Right.
and then have the work, live, play communities around
Excellent.
it.
Excellent.
So which will be nice. So.
Yeah, I do spend some time out in Tybee Island, so I can go swimming and then still hang out at the tech park.
There you
too,
go. That
you know?
works. That works for sure.
Oh yeah. And you know, like I always say, it's great to work in your home, you know, the small office, home office environment. But there are times when you just want to be around people, and you need to be around individuals who are as innovative as you and intellectually energized as you.
Yes.
And this is the place. And this is the place.
It is.
And you know, you come out this morning. I came out. I had folks. You know, I'm working from a desk, and I had folks, you know, just coming over to say hi, and someone I recognized who came over and started speaking to me and introduced me to a few folks here that he's, you know, made relationships with and build those relationships with. And it seems to be a great community, you know. And I see, you know, the outside area. I think it was a volleyball court outside, if I'm not mistaken.
No, not a volleyball court.
Okay.
We have an outside patio when it's not raining like it is today. We have umbrellas and everything else. One of the key things that Robin put in place here is the security.
Okay, yeah.
So she's all about cybersecurity,
Yeah.
so that when members come into the park or guests come into the park, they're actually cloaked on the system.
Right.
So you can't see anybody else's systems, nobody else can see yours.
Right.
Because she's all about intellectual property
Exactly.
and keeping you secure.
Exactly.
So that's one of the key things. So
Yeah.
outside we have bocce ball. You might have seen the bocce ball.
Yeah, I think that's.
And,
I took a walk around outside as
cornhole.
well. Yeah. Oh yeah, cornhole.
So yes,
Yeah.
no volleyball yet.
Now
So-
I must tell you my cornhole story.
Okay.
So during COVID, right? So all athletics were suspended, right?
Yes.
There's no basketball, no football,
I know.
nothing. I found myself looking at cornhole championships one Saturday, and I'm thinking to myself, how low can life get if you're just excited about cornhole championship? Yeah, no offense to those who like cornhole out there, but I'm just saying, it was like, wow, okay. And you know, I've tossed the beanbag around a couple of times at different events, but I never knew how serious people took cornhole. You know?
People take it very seriously. My husband's family takes it very seriously, and so at Thanksgiving we had a cornhole competition.
Oh
And
wow.
my whole family doesn't want to pick me. They're like, I don't want her. You want her?
Yeah. Oh, it's
Nobody would take me. I'm like the last pick.
Yeah, the last pick on the basketball court, right, or something like that. So, what would if let's say if I wanted to have a conference here, right? Hold a conference here.
Yes.
With some breakout sessions. We have like a room for the general session or something like that. Can we do something like that here?
Yes, you
Yeah?
can.
Okay.
So we have, and you'll see as you get toured around by Emily, we have a large event space. I think when you walked around the corner, you saw it with all the TVs and the panels. So that event space holds up to 1,000 people.
Excellent.
If it's seated rounds, it's between 500 and 600,
Okay.
depending on how we coordinate it.
Okay.
We also have an auditorium that seats anywhere between 75 and 100, depending
Okay.
on how you want it set up.
Right.
If you wanted it classroom style or theater style.
Okay.
We do a lot of private lunches and
Okay.
private dinners in there as well.
Right.
The nice thing about here is you can bring your own caterer.
Okay. That's great.
We have a preferred list, but you don't have to use
You don't
our
have to
list.
use it. Yeah.
You can use anybody that you want.
Yeah.
We do other events. If somebody has a smaller event, we'll do it in the cafe. That's where the Metro, the business chamber is having their event is in the cafe.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of options. And what we try to do, because it can be costly.
Right.
If you go and say, I want to book the whole floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
We try to make it turnkey, just
Right.
like we do with the offices and just like we do when people come here. We supply the furniture, we supply the internet. Our internet is a gig up, gig down,
Okay.
and we have a dual ring around the building
Okay.
so that we don't have outages.
Right. That's
and
great. That's great.
What's nice is that when people come here, they like you bring your laptop, you just start working.
Right.
It's the same thing if they move into an office or anywhere else. It's the same thing for events.
Right.
So if you said, hey, we're having this event, we first ask you, well, how many people are you anticipating? And then we structure it and find the best space for you
Right.
with the best budget.
Right.
Because one of the things that we provide all the microphones, all the speakers.
Okay.
We provide the speakers, and not the actual talking speakers, the speakers in the ceilings.
Okay. Yeah.
All the AV, all the tables,
Mm-hmm.
all the chairs, all the linens.
Right.
We'll provide a coffee service if needed. So we
Right.
try to make it very easy for people to have events here.
Nice.
Co-op Ministries just had their last event here.
Okay.
Mark Rick spoke at it.
Oh, Mark Rick. Oh, wow.
They
Okay.
had a wonderful turnout.
Uh-huh.
They actually sold out
Uh-huh.
of their tickets, and what we heard from them is that you guys make this so easy
Right.
for us, and that's what we try to do.
Right.
We really try to help cater to those events.
Right.
But yes, people can come and rent a space
Mhm.
and use that. Now, one of the things about a conference is
Mm-hmm.
because we have 7 conference rooms.
Right.
We have
Oh,
the
that's wow.
auditorium,
That's nice. Yeah. And,
And we have
and
the
the auditorium
large
has a
pencils.
capacity of how much?
about 100.
100 people. Okay, great.
And
Great.
that's, you haven't seen that one yet. That's
Okay.
in the back corner.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's behind closed doors.
Okay.
So it's really a private section.
Uh-huh.
But what's nice is people will come in and rent the auditorium
Mhm.
and have breakout sessions, and then they have plenty of conference rooms to break out in.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have other groups that will have just use the event space.
Right.
So Norcross Foundation, for their
Mhm.
gala, they have their gala here every year
Oh, wow. Okay.
as well. So
Okay.
it's
Great.
it's a fun space.
Great. That's another unique selling point or competitive advantage that can, that sets you apart from any other facility like this.
Yes.
That you have that flexibility and you got the energy.
Yes.
So, do you hold any specific events for outsiders? Let's say you want folks to come and take a look at all you have to offer. Is there like a specific time of year you have like an open house and you say, hey, come check us out? And
We haven't,
Mhm.
but that is a great idea.
Yeah.
I may do that.
The things we discover on these interviews.
I know.
Yeah.
I may do
Yeah.
that because it actually is a good idea
Mhm.
because we've done some cyber events.
Mhm.
We had the cyber fintech and a cyber health tech event last year.
Right.
It was a hybrid, so some virtual and some in person.
Right.
And we did a cyber day back in April.
Right.
Went really, really well. We
Uh-huh.
actually thought we'd have more online.
Right.
More people showed up
More
in
people
person.
showed up, yeah.
So
People are ready to get.
they
People are ready
are.
to get out. Yeah.
they are, and everybody was so excited to get
Oh,
out.
yeah. Yeah.
So we see more of that in person happening. So
Mhm.
I like that idea
Yeah.
of doing an open house.
Yeah, yeah. And, if folks want to go to a website or get in touch with you, learn more about Atlanta Tech Park, Atlanta Technology Park, how do they get in touch with you?
So you can go on our website. It's
Mhm.
www.atlantatechpark.com.
Mm-hmm.
Very easy.
Okay.
You can request a tour, which
Mhm.
will automatically send it to us, and we'll
Great.
find out what time works for you.
Yeah.
You can have a tour. We do have a video of a virtual tour on there
Okay,
as
great,
well, and pictures. Now, the only problem with a video tour and pictures is it doesn't do the space justice.
Okay.
People don't understand how big it is
Mm-hmm.
because we're just under 45,000 square feet,
Wow.
all on one floor.
Yeah.
So there's no stairs,
Yeah.
there's no elevators,
Yeah.
and everybody's on the same floor,
Yeah.
which to Robin was very important.
Right. But that's great.
Because when you separate people by floors,
Mm-hmm.
you don't get to collaborate with everyone.
Ah, interesting.
So she really was very specific about wanting everybody on the same floor
Mhm.
and everybody together.
Interesting.
So-
And what different type of membership levels you have?
So we have a basic membership that
Mhm.
it gives you access. You can have a hot desk and
Mhm.
just start working,
Mhm.
and that's starts at $250.
Uh-huh.
There's different membership levels
Mhm.
beyond that will
Mhm.
include a mailbox
Mm-hmm.
and conference room time or podcast room time,
Right.
and those go from anywhere between $350 and $450 a month.
Right.
And then it starts with the dedicated desks or an office
Right.
as well.
Well, that's great. Great.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all of our offices are filled with the furniture,
Mm-hmm.
and the desks are all lifting, so
Right.
they can sit or stand.
I like
So it's
that.
nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're here with Nashlee Young, and she is the operations manager here at Atlanta Technology Park. And like I tell you, it was an amazing morning being here and working from this facility. And I didn't realize how big this place was because I was on one side, situated at a desk, an open space desk, and then I ventured on my own prior to the tour, and I walked to the other side, and I was like, wow.
It keeps going.
And it just keeps going.
Yeah.
So we're going to have the tour, and all of our information is going to be up. So this way you can contact Nashlee directly. You can contact the center. You can go to their website. You can book a tour. You can get the virtual tour, but it's nothing like being here physically.
Yes.
You can sit behind a monitor and look at the virtual tour, but you've got to come to Technology Park, to Atlanta Tech Park, and really really experience it. Really experience it. And what's your address here? 107?
It's 107 Technology Parkway, Peachtree Corners. And you can call us if you don't want to go on the website and do it. It's 470-482-1800.
Right, great.
Easy.
Great, and we'll have all that up for everyone, including the virtual tour. Well, Nashlee, thank you so much.
Thank you, Austin. I was glad you came out.
Oh yes, I'm glad we met. Glenn Christensen. If you don't know Glenn Christian, he is the founder. He's got a lot of titles. So he's the founder and the visionary behind the Metro Atlanta Business Association.
Yes.
And on one of our calls about 3 weeks ago, I met Nashlee, and we decided to connect, and she invited me out to come and take a tour here, and I look forward to doing some great things here at Atlanta Technology Park. Please reach out, book a tour, come check them out. They'll be more than happy to give you a tour. They'll be more than happy to help you with your event. Okay?
Yes, definitely.
All right, great.
Wonderful.
Any last words?
No, just come out and see us, and I hope everybody has wonderful holidays and stay safe.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. This is Austin Thompson, again with Thompson Management Consulting, with another On Location Spotlight Entrepreneur feature. We thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, share, leave a comment, and please check back with us, and you'll have more wonderful interviews. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
She told you about kind of the space and the facility in the interview.
Right.
So I just want to show you the space a little bit. So in here we have our small break room. It has coffees, water bottles in the fridge, and breakfast snacks at all times that are free to use with membership. And then we have hot desks on this side and lifting desks on this side. So the difference between this side and that side is one lifts and one does not. We do have a lab over here, so depending on what kind of company you have, you can rent this lab space out and build kits, test software, all kinds of things in there.
Okay, this is great.
Depending on if you want to get an office, we have 2-person offices, 3-person offices, and we have some suites available.
All right.
And then over here, we kind of have our non-traditional seating.
Okay.
So we have couch seating, booth seating, just depending on if you want something a little bit more comfortable and not really a desk setting. We have this available. You can
This
also
is great.
watch here, or
This has like a cafeteria feel.
exactly, yeah. And then over here we have the large cafe. So the large cafe has chips, a water machine, and a soda machine that are all free to use.
Right.
We do have a Starbucks machine. If you don't like our free coffee, you are more than welcome to purchase the Starbucks coffee.
Right.
And a large fridge for tenants to keep their lunch or food in there. And then this screen does do HDMI or AirMedia, so if you have a presentation, you can present it on the screen as well.
So you can have folks sit in this cafeteria area and watch the presentation from there. Excellent. This is fantastic.
And then kind of in this space right here, we have kind of overflow cafe seating, so people out here can still see the screen. So
Right.
It's just if we have a larger cafe group that day.
Right. This is fantastic. Wonderful. All right.
So this space from here all the way down to that far screen is more of our event space.
Okay.
You can rent out the space based on the full floor, half the floor, or a section of the floor. It just depends on how big your event is.
Oh, wow. So what's the capacity of this side here?
So it really depends. If you did a seated dinner where you wanted everyone to get seated, I would say about 400 to 500 people.
Okay.
If it's more of like a networking event where you're standing, mingling, not everyone needs to be seated, I would say maybe 700.
Okay.
Just depending on what type of setup you
That's
have.
good. That's good.
And
That's
then
great.
We do have mail service and printing available. So if you need a shipping label printed, a stamp printed, we'll print it for you.
Okay.
And then we can get it to UPS. And then we do have printing services. Black and white is 5 cents and color is 15 cents.
Oh, okay. All right. So you have a print center,
Yep.
shipping center, and that kind of thing. All right. Let's check this out. This is fantastic. These are all the mailboxes. Yeah, so you can also use this facility as your mailing center. Have all your packages and mails sent here. Cool.
So we do have one suite back here that we built recently.
Uh-huh.
So 6 to 8 people, and it does have its own private entrance.
Right.
And then we also have ping pong available, so if you need breaks from work or a little bored, you just come and play some ping pong.
Oh, okay. So we got the guys here playing ping pong. This is fantastic.
And then anything that you see on that far screen will replicate on these 4 screens right here.
Uh-huh.
So if you have a larger event and you're kind of in the back, you can still see what's going on the presentation from this screen versus trying to see all the way at the front.
Wow. This is huge.
And then in this corner, we have all of our conference rooms.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 on the end, seat 6.
Uh-huh.
3 in the middle, seat 8 to 10.
Uh-huh.
I'll go ahead and open this one. Once you know how to work one of the conference rooms, you know how to work all of them.
Right. Right.
Has a screen and a whiteboard, so you can present your presentation. We also have a camera at the so if you are doing a Zoom call, you can use our camera to face everybody versus your computer camera that would just face you.
Right. This is great. And a room like this, if you just want to have an executive meeting, is this by the hour?
Yes, so if you're a member, you can do by the hour, half day, or full day. But if you are not a member, you can also do hourly, half day, or full day. It's just going to be at a little higher rate.
Okay. This is great. Wonderful. Now, how many of these rooms you have?
So we have we have 5 conference rooms, 2 seat 6, 3 seat 8 to 10, and then we have 2 boardrooms that seat 18 to 20.
Excellent. Great. Fantastic.
And then over here is kind of our stage space.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're having a smaller event, we like to keep these high tops here just so people can work here, or if we're having a smaller event, it's just very casual setup here.
Right.
And then we have one of our boardrooms over here.
Okay. Great. So this is definitely for like a general session, a larger audience with a keynote speaker.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool. It's really cool.
And then we have our boardroom, one of the boardrooms here. Works just the same as the conference rooms, it's just larger in size.
Wow. And this fits how many people?
18 to 20.
This is 18 to 20. Wow. This is great. Wow, this is fantastic. This is fantastic, yeah.
And then we'll come this way and I'll show you our auditorium.
All right. And this is the auditorium here. Oh, wow. Fantastic.
So this room is nice if you're going to have a larger amount of people in here. Right now this room is set up for about 40 people. You know, it's really nice. You can close both doors. The acoustics in this room are really good. We can put rounds in here. We can put just chairs in here. It's really how you want it set up.
Right.
We do have a large screen here, so you can project your presentation as well.
Okay. And you can do live streaming and everything from here too, huh? Okay. This is wonderful. And what's the total max in this room for an auditorium?
So if you don't put any desks in here and you do all chairs, you can fit 100 people in here.
About 100 people. Okay, yeah.
If you're doing this setup, this is kind of the maximum capacity for this setup with tables and chairs.
Right. Right. And this is Atlanta Technology Park, 107 Technology Parkway, 107 Technology Parkway in Peachtree Corners. Very innovative accelerator facility.
And then we have 3 sets of restrooms, one on each side and one in the middle.
Okay.
They all have digital lockers, so if you're either here for an event or you're here working out of the space and you need to step out, but you don't want to take any of your stuff, but you want it locked up, you just go in the restroom and create a 6-digit code to lock and a 6-digit code to unlock, and then your stuff is safe and secure.
Right.
And if you forget your password, we have a master key.
Okay. Great.
And then in these 2 restrooms, there is a shower in each. So
Okay.
if you go for a run on lunch break or something and you need to come take a shower, we do have those capabilities.
So if you are a tenant here, you have a business here, and you want to go for a run or a walk, you get sweaty, and you want to freshen up for an afternoon session with clients, you could utilize showers here.
Yes.
You have showers
We
here.
don't provide towels, but we do provide body wash and shampoo.
Wow, fantastic. Excellent. That's great to know, because not a lot of shared office spaces have showers.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
so this
and
is...
some people, we had a hackathon a couple months ago, and they were here 24/7.
Wow.
So, to have that option to shower or freshen up here is really nice.
That's great. That's great. That's like one of the unique selling propositions, or one of the competitive advantages of having a membership here, is that you do have access to showers if you want to, do something recreational, during the day, and then freshen up for meetings.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then this is just more of the open space hot desks that we have. And these 2 orange door rooms are our phone booths. So
Phone booths?
yes.
Oh,
so
okay.
They have a small table, power, and a light. These are first come, first serve.
Okay.
But just if you need to make a quick private call, you can just go in there.
Okay, for private calls, private conference calls. That's nice.
And then we do have a small outside environment. On a good day, we'll put some umbrellas out. Outside does have Wi-Fi, so you don't lose connectivity going in and out.
Right. So if you want to work outdoors, the range of the Wi-Fi will cover you.
Yes.
And you'll have connection sitting outside.
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And then, did you want me to open the podcast room again?
Yeah, we can just take a quick look at that. Yeah. Okay, take a quick look at that. And if we have like a business that they want to do a podcast programming, they can just rent the podcast room. All right.
Yes.
Okay.
So typically for the podcast room, though, we do like to only book it just half day or full day for non-members, only because it does take a little bit of time to get set up in here. And basically, once you get set up and you're ready, an hour's gone. So that's why we typically like to say half day or full day.
Yeah.
Just so you can get set up, do your podcast, and then tear everything down.
Right. And this is the podcast room. Right.
Very soundproof, great technology, and you can present on this screen as well.
Right. This is great. This is wonderful. So if you're a small business and you want to do podcasting, if you don't have your own studio set up, you can definitely contact the Atlanta Technology Park, and they'll be more than happy to allow you, use of their facility to do your own podcasting. Excellent. Excellent. Well, all right. So that concludes the tour?
Yep, that's the tour.
All right.
That's
Thank you so much.
No problem.
All right.